Alrighty, quick mic check and I'll be all set. Sounds good enough to me. Hello. Hope everyone's having a good day today. Good weekend. Today I will be driving myself crazy using galkyd. So for anyone who doesn't know, galkyd is a painting medium that does have solvents in it. I almost never use it. I have a tiny, tiny container of it, which I'm going to use today. And I'll put out more as I need it. Um, and I have a fan running. It's probably overkill that it's so little. It's probably not an issue. But, it's also hot in here, so might as well run a fan. galkyd is a fast-drying medium, and that's why I'm going to be using it today. There are fast-drying mediums that don't have solvents in it. I just don't own any yet. I'm just going to grab my brushes. The painting is coming along pretty well, I think. Definitely some corrections here and there that need to be made and some fixes. Let me see if I can do something real quick here with, I feel like the top part is being overexposed a little. Let me see if I can fix that. I have there we go. A correction thing might work. One second, let me see if I can get this right. Just want to reduce the brightness a little in the like brightest area. Let's see, does that look any better? I think so. Hey, Corey. Looking good. Cool tall ratio on this piece. Yeah. I wanted to get that. Um, I really like that, like the perspective of the water and the sky leading into it. So, yeah. How you doing? Yeah, that was my main focus on this piece. Like I don't know, something about that. I always like those oh, what's it called? Those types of landscapes where there's like, something that leads you, like tunnels, streets, tracks, whatever it is. Just something that has that like, you know, foreground to like um I don't want to say midground, but this into the distance kind of thing. I don't know. This is definitely not my usual subject matter, so it's definitely pushing me out of my normal comfort range. You're about to paint yourself? Nice. What are you working on at the moment? Also, I don't know if you're aware of this, but this painting is actually a painting I'm doing for a local charity. So this bridge is actually a local bridge. Um, I took the photo reference. So it's a local bridge for a local charity for uh, it was forget the exact way they phrased it, but it's to help people who are impacted by the fires that happened here in Austin last year. Yeah. Green apple study, um, counting the strokes. I see. So 20 strokes, 10 strokes, so on. Okay, geez, yeah. Those are challenging. Oh, so you're starting with 30 strokes and going down? Got it. See, the thing about those exercises, I think those exercises are great. However, the one thing that I always find a little like weird about those exercises is, um, some people sometimes can kind of get away with like, they put down a stroke and then they kind of just like keep it going. And I'm like, yeah, I know technically you're doing the thing, but like, I don't know, don't feel right. Bigger brush and less strokes. Yeah. Hi, Zan. How you doing? Really love how the water's developed. Oh, thank you. I did quite a bit of work on the sky last night. Still need some more, but trying to, we're getting close to the deadline now. Corey says, haha, cheating and extended stroke, all moppy trying more to not cheat. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if that even counts as cheating, but it's just like, come on. That's not really in the spirit of it now, is it? Whatever. Then since I like the sky too, they shifted the temperature at the blues from top to bottom. The paint early clouds 100%. Oh, thank you. Um, Appreciate it. How are you doing, Zan? I'll be honest, I'm trying to think. I don't know that I've ever done an actual exercise where I count the paint strokes. I've tried to like do exercises where I use bigger brushes and limited strokes and so on, but I don't know that I've ever counted them. I feel like the counting part would mess me up too much. It would just kind of get in the way too much. But you know, that's for me personally. I lose track when I count like reps of when I exercise. So I think that might be a me issue kind of thing. Zan says, I'm doing good today. Going to finish a little collage thingy and then maybe do some time gesture drawings a bit. Nice. Yeah, I'm not really thrilled about the whole deadline aspect on this right now. I wish I'd gotten more done earlier, but I suppose sometimes it can't be avoided. Corey says, totally losing count myself. So many things to hold in mind at once while painting. Adding counting is rough. Yeah, yeah. But the spirit of the exercise is worth the effort, loosening up, uh, and somewhat planning coming from it. Yeah, absolutely. There's all kinds of tricks and techniques to, to practice, to loosen up, you know, to plan better, all those things. And all of those are great things to do, I think. Yeah, I was working on this last night, and I feel like it's getting close, which is great, but still still have some way to go with it. Even even the clouds and the water still need some work. Hopefully, I'll get it done today. I think so. And then it should have, if I get it done today, I'll have like 4-ish days, 3.5 days to dry, which, with the galkyd added to it, should be more than enough. I don't think I'll have a chance to varnish it before it goes to the auction, but whatever. I can talk to them about varnishing it after the fact, tell the whoever buys it that they need to let me come by or pick it up in a I don't know, in a month or so. So I don't normally use Gamsol, or I'm sorry, galkyd, which has Gamsol in it. I'm not a fan. There is there are some, what's it called? Some mediums that speed up drying time, don't have any solvent in it, but I don't own them currently. I might be purchasing some though soon. Very cool. That's for a charity event. Yeah. Um, you know, I hope it, we'll see, how it goes. Like I hate to say this, but part of me is worried that it's going to sell for like $50, because I have no idea what the price range of the charity is. Because what a lot of people are doing is they're painting barrels, so I don't think they're going to I have no idea. Basically, I have no idea what level people are, doing. So yeah. Oh, hey, Ellie, Skirden? Skurdne. I'm gonna go with Ellie. Let me know if I got that wrong. Art is looking beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm doing good today. Thanks for asking. How are you doing today? I have two chats running, by the way. So one is in YouTube, one's on Twitch, just so you know. That's why I'm talking to like what seems like random people. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. How are you doing today? I'm doing good. I'm working on this painting. It's for a local charity auction, um, and it needs to be done soon. Basically, I need to have it done today so that it can dry. I'll try and zoom in if I'm like sticking to a particular spot. I just realized I've been like painting like a very small area without zooming in at all. I'll try and remember that. And yeah, I'm doing this the like old school way of just stretching it. I have like zoom things set up, but they're broken right now and I don't have time to fix them. Oh, thanks, Ellie. I appreciate that. I don't normally do landscapes, so this is very much out of my normal comfort zone. I usually do uh, portraits and stuff, mostly portraits and figures. I even have a workshop, I should mention. I have a workshop happening uh, June 22nd. There's still room to sign up if people are interested. Uh, that's the self-promotion part of this. But yeah, it's very much out of my comfort zone. So I appreciate that. Yeah, it's funny because it's 12 by 24, so it's a pretty large, canvas, but the bridge part, I mean, it's only like 3 inches roughly to like this is probably like 1.5. So, you know, a lot of even though it's such a like relatively speaking, it's a pretty I don't want to say very large because it's not, but it's, decent sized canvas. Every, all the details are like very small because of the like odd shape of it. So anyone who's worried about painting in oils and it not drying fast enough, let me tell you, if you add liquid or galkyd and probably mgrams solvent-free quick drying, I haven't tried it, but I assume it's roughly the same. Oh my God, this stuff dries so much faster. It is crazy how fast everything's already starting to like set up on me. So if anyone's like, oh, I don't want to paint in oils because it doesn't dry fast enough, let me tell you, you can make it dry fast enough if you want. And like I said, mgram makes a solvent-free fast drying medium too, so it probably works just as well. I don't know for sure, I've never used it, but you know, they're all kind of the same. Ellie, are you an artist? Generally speaking, it's like it's a good bet that a lot of the people who come in here are artists, so I always ask. Oh, no worries. His stream cut out, no worries. I was asking if you're an artist. I was saying a lot, uh, generally a lot of the people who stop in are, so I always ask because of that. I dabble, but my disability took it away from me. Uh, Now I hand sew. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Um, but you know, I'm glad that you're sewing because there's always other ways of expressing your artistic, um, you know, uh, or your artistic outlets. There's always other ways. So I'm glad you didn't let it stop you. Let's see. Corey's asking, are you charging a lot from the photo reference that you took? Am I changing a lot from the photo reference I took? No, I'm not changing a lot. It's more about um, it's more about trying to translate it into paint dabs, you know, and not trying to make it photorealistic, right? So, because like, you know, like especially in the sky, but not just on the sky, you know. So that's where the like changes come into play. more than anything. It's that like translation. Yeah. Like I said, it's definitely, I'm okay with it now. I wasn't very good. It takes time, you know. Um, but yeah, anytime you make any big changes, like I went from painting digitally to painting in oils, and when I did that, I was nowhere near as good as I was digitally with oils. So it was quite took quite a time to make that transition. I probably could have done it quicker if I had taken classes with someone at the time, but I did not have the time for that. So I just did it in my free time and used YouTube. And I'm, for the record, I'm talking about like just the experience of using oils, not like learning to paint from YouTube. Not that you can't learn that either. I'm just talking about the technical side of learning how to make oil paint do what you want. But yeah, if generally speaking, if I'm gonna do like big changes, it kind of depends. If I'm doing a figure or a portrait and I'm just doing some like minor changes in the sense of like, you know, I'm s- changing the values in a particular area or something like that. Stuff like that I can usually now I can do without like changing the photo reference. But if I'm going to make big changes and whatever, either if it's like combining photo references or something else, I don't know what, I'll probably do it digitally first. Um, that way I can see what it's going to look like. Um, and it just makes the whole painting process so much easier if you can like get your reference to kind of look like what the painting is going to look like at the end. Yeah, that helps a lot. Instead of doing like comps, like how like painting comps, I generally do digital uh comps where I just either paint it on top of the photo or I do photo editing and photo bashing and stuff like that. Although I have done some paintings where the whole goal was to try and do all the edits in my brain, and I've gotten a lot better at it. It is exhausting. You have to, it demands a lot more focus and attention, um, but it's doable. The thing is, so that it's doable for me personally, it's doable now. When I first got into painting, I don't think I could have done that. So it's definitely something you can practice and improve over time. Um, let's see. Corey says, I want to get to where I don't need to learn to lean on Photoshop and do it all in my head. But what you said makes sense. Small things, yes. Big things. Uh, why kill yourself? Yeah, when you can Photoshop some things together. Good to hear the progress with more in brain edits. Yeah, absolutely. But the thing too is that some things you think might look good, and then you edit them, and you're like, oh, I thought that was going to be great, and then it comes out, not great, and you're like, huh, okay, well, I guess I'm not going to do that, and you just saved yourself, you know, hours of painting until you got to that point. You know what I mean? Even if you're just painting on top of a photo, that's helpful. Hey, Sandra, hello. You're taking a break between chores? Nice. Well, thanks for stopping by. How was your birthday party? If I didn't say it again, happy birthday. Thank you, it was great. I'm glad. I saw some of the stuff you put in the chat about it. Um, but I'm not a morning person and it was a lot of reading. You saw a friend you hadn't in 6 months? Oh, that's fantastic. It's so hard to stay in touch with people sometimes, so that's great. But yeah, Corey, I'm trying to remember. So, trying to remember what I named it. I have a painting of a guy smoking. I think it might actually be the only smoking painting where it's no, I take that back. I have a couple of guy. There's an Asian guy. He's just by himself, just smoking. That's all it is. Um, that painting I did with absolutely zero edits other than cropping, which I really don't consider cropping to be much of an edit. Um, I didn't change any of the color levels. I didn't edit anything. Just straight cropped it to the appropriate size and then painted it. And I could have never done that prior to that painting. Having said that, like I do have a background. So I work in storyboards and I have a background in like comic books. I can draw from imagination. The difference is when I draw from imagination, like it doesn't look real. There's a degree of realism that you lose. I can't paint or draw photoreal from imagination. That is not a skill I have. And when I say most, I mean literally like 99.9% of artists can't do that. That's why people use photo reference. Can anyone do that? Realism from imagination? I honestly don't know. I'm sure there's some people. There's like, I bet there's a few people, but that is, you know, not a common thing. And the thing is, too, you can get away with it, right? Like with certain things. Like, let's say I'm painting a person and, I don't know, they have their hand up, right? And like one of the fingers is covered and I need to fill in the finger, whatever. Like, yeah, you can do something like that and still, like, no one's going to question the realism. You can pull some, there are certain degree, but that's not whole from imagination, It's just a piece and it's part of something. It's different. Ellie says, unfortunately, gotta go. Hope you have a good stream. Oh, thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. And I stream 3 times a week. So Tuesday night, Thursday night, and Sunday afternoon. So hopefully I see you around. And if not, I hope you have a good day anyways. Or says it always feels like illustrations some way, I think. Yeah, definitely has a tendency to feel more like illustration when it's all from imagination. Even when it's not all from imagination, but it's like, you when you do the whole thing where you use photo reference, but then it's you're basically changing it. The photo reference is just for the like initial part of it, like you take a photo of someone walking and then you put them in a completely different environment, add different clothes to them, maybe from photo reference, and you're basically compositing it all together. Like, yeah, that can look fantastic, um, but you can almost always tell that that wasn't a real scenario. Even someone as good as Rockwell, you can kind of tell, you know, that like there's a reason it has that illustration look and not a different feel to it. And I don't know if you can get any better than Rockwell, in some ways. I know most people definitely will never be able to be better than Rockwell. So no offense to anybody, but like it's Rockwell we're talking about. Or he says, yes, green screen cutout feeling, even though in oils. Yeah. Like I said, I don't think Rockwell, I don't know that I'd qualify it quite like that, but it's still not natural. There's just something about it. Let's see, some sense of collage come through rather than a unified scene. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just, I think that's the like, it's just the lack of reality that is there. This isn't perfect. You can cheat it sometimes. Like there's no hard rule here, but yeah, it's definitely um, one of the more challenging aspects of things as far as like getting good photo reference, using reference that you find out in the world or that you buy, all that stuff. Not Rockwell per se. He created a unified world. Yeah, just illustration. Yeah, I think that's where that look kind of lets you do that. That like illustrated look makes it feel unified. It feels like an illustration, and that's okay. Like that it, you know, that's that's what it is. So it's when you're trying to make it something that it's not that it becomes a problem. That's like, it's like, yeah, comic books feel like comic books. That's the that's the idea. Nothing wrong with that. It's when you're like, oh, I'll do comic books, but photoreal. Then you're like, okay, better take photos of everything because otherwise it ain't looking photoreal. And of course, it can't because these are unreal things that end up happening. And I think even movies struggle with this, right? Because like all the all the superhero movies and stuff like that, as good as the effects are, I don't know that I would say that it looks real, you know? Like even Hollywood movies, like I don't know, it's well made, it looks cool, but we know what reality looks like and that doesn't. I think the thing is if I saw someone do in real life, if I saw someone do something that I saw in like a superhero movie, I would be looking for like, you know, be looking for the lights, I'd be looking for the wires, no part of me would think, oh, this really happened. Hollywood has become uncanny valley. Yeah, exactly. AI, same thing. Yeah. Corey says, yeah, I love collage, illustration, etc. Just this line of realism I'm trying to learn. Yeah. Well, I'm actually, for me, the thing is like I I'm trying to, I'm not trying to do realism. I mean, how can I put this? Like it is realism, but I'm not trying to do um artistic realism, I'd say. You know what I mean? So I want all the brush strokes. Like that's the that's the stuff that interests me. But even if I'm using brush, chunky brush strokes and editing and everything, there is a degree of like, yeah, this came from a real photo, and you can kind of tell it came from a real photo. It just there's something about working from good reference that does that. Loose realism, what I love the most. Yeah. So I'm coming across an interesting problem that I've honestly not encountered before, um, with these little rubber paint movers that I use. Um, Usually, I have no problem using them, but today I'm actually finding that because of the because of how much galkyd, well, not because of how much galkyd, but because the galkyd's making everything set faster, the paint's getting to the point where it's so sticky. Like like it won't even pick up the paint now. I have to actually use my what's it called? I have to use my palette knife to like because it's firmer than these little rubber guys, which is crazy. I say crazy and all that because I'm not used to my paint setting so quickly. It's just it's very um a very strange sensation. It's like my knife can move it no problem, but the paint movers are just too soft. They struggle with it. Well, at least I know that most likely it's going to dry in time. Now the only thing too is I have to figure out how I'm going to well, not the only thing, but one of the things I need to think about is when I bring it to the charity, how exactly am I bringing it to the charity? Like, am I putting it in a, am I gonna put it in a, what's it called? Uh, frame? Am I, like, how am I displaying this? Making sure to mix in galkyd, especially on the parts that are going to be like big chunks and impasto and stuff like that. Most important areas. Yeah, I don't know. What's it called? Um, oh my God, my brain. Um, Frames are expensive though, so I don't know if I'll buy a frame for it. I might just um, figure out a way of hanging it as is without a frame. Um, yeah. And then the buyer can put on whatever frame they want. I don't know, we'll see. It's just frames are way more expensive than you might think. Even simple ones. Even very, very simple ones. Technically, like I can get a what's it called? Like, tax credit or whatever on the donation, but realistically speaking, that is not going to make the slightest difference in my taxes. So it's just going to be whatever it costs will be an out-of-pocket expense. So not sure about spending a lot of money on a frame. Right now, I'm just setting up some of my paints because I'm going to be doing some more of the sky and then the water, and I want to have enough paint that I don't have to what's it called? Stop and mix everything constantly. And don't get me wrong, I will be mixing as I go, but yeah. It's good to get like big piles together, especially when you're doing like thick paint. Because otherwise you're stopping every 2 seconds to mix, and that just slows everything down. One thing I should start asking my artist friends is if they have any, like, if they have a white that they like to use that is a cheap white. Because I go through so much white. I go through more white than anything else. And it adds up. I actually just bought a couple tubes of white paint. Um, Looking forward to trying out, but yeah. Oh, wait. Good. Some of this is still wet, which is great because as much as I like what I've done, some of what I've done here, some of it is just a little too busy now that I can see it the next day. So I'm going to smooth some of this out and then go back in. So it's going to be a bit of a like back and forth here where I just ruined it. Now I'm going to try and bring it back. And I might have to do that again. So we shall see. Dominica, welcome. How are you doing today? Let me know if I messed up your name. I'm real bad with names, so I try and get them, and I'll make an effort, but I'm not always good with them. How are you doing? Oh, thank you. Glad you like it. Are you an artist as well? A lot of the people who come in are artists, I always ask. How long is it taking you to paint this picture? I don't remember. It's a good amount of hours. I'm not normally an landscape painter though. This is very, very much not what I normally paint. I mostly paint figurative stuff and portraits. Um, I was painting oil pastels today. Nice, very nice. Um, yeah, I generally go for portraits or figurative art. This is outside of my normal comfort zone. I'm trying to paint a local bridge for a local charity event. Uh, you can see the theme here, so that's why it's not a person, but just a local landscape. I really can't remember how many hours I've put into it yet. I'm trying to think. Let's see. I don't know, it's at least 10 hours, if not more. Yeah, not entirely sure. It'll probably end up being like 20, I think. Probably, something like that. Just a guess, but yeah. I've never really gotten into oil pastels. Um, I generally like to mix my paint, although I know you can mix pastels optically. Uh, but yeah, I've never really gotten into them. What attracts you to pastels? Anything in particular? I use only oil pastels. I don't mix with soft pastel. Okay. Yeah, I work with a very limited palette, so I mix all my colors, generally speaking. So the idea of working with a medium where you can't really mix your colors is uh, just so different for me. Although I do have a artist. Uh, there's an artist who I really love, and she not that long ago got into Posca pens, and she was mixing with Posca pens, but just everything she was mixing optically. So she would just scribble everything, and it would, she would layer it to the point where it started mixing or appearing to mix. Do oil pastels create a lot of dust? Because I know there's different types of pastels. I don't know if oil pastels are the kind that create a lot of dust. I uh, I honestly shy away from a lot of mediums purely because of that reason. Like I don't like using charcoal just because of that. Not saying that's, right or wrong. It's just preference. It just drives me nuts. I actually think that charcoal is a fantastic medium, especially for student artists. I just, like I said, drives me nuts. Where am I coming from? I'm in Austin, Texas, but originally from LA. How about you? Where are you located? Generalization. I don't need like details. Just like country, I guess, or you know, state, city, if it's big, like Austin or you know what I'm saying. You're from Poland? Nice. Never had the chance to visit Poland, but at some point I'd like to. I'd love to do a trip through Europe in general. That's be fantastic. Far away? Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of a trip. I mean, I would love to just travel the world in general. I think that'd be so cool. Um, you know, affording it's a different issue, but yeah. I can always uh I can always visit. Uh, you know, hopefully. I think what I need to do is get really good at plein air painting and then I can what's it called? I can make the trip a business trip where I just go and I do all these plein air paintings. And so I get paid to go, you know. Although, having said that, I'm not good at plein air painting. So might be a while. If I pull off these clouds or if I have to scrape them and redo them. We'll see. So I add a little yellow just because the sun is shining on the clouds, so it gives them a little bit of warmth to them. All right. 1 second. I need to grab some more galkyd. I just saw, apparently I spilled something over here. So let me clean that up real quick. All right. Oh, there it is. For anyone who uses Liquin or galkyd um, or anything like this, any of these fast drying mediums, uh, one of the tricks you can do to help it last longer, if you don't go through it fast, if you go through it super fast, no matter. But if you don't go through it fast enough, but you start using it, the top, it'll solidify, and then it slowly, solidifies the whole thing. Um, One of the tricks you can do, uh, oh shoot, okay, yeah. One of the tricks you can do is put in little, you can kind of see the little circles in here. Those are glass marbles. So you can put glass marbles in to raise the level of the liquid, because the part that solidifies is only the part that touches oxygen. So it's only the parts that that oxidize. So if you raise the level, less of it will oxidize. It's not perfect, but it's, helpful. Because yeah, I so rarely use it that stuff's like, um, that whole bottle would have solidified by now. and go through this so much faster than normal. Uh, yeah, I don't normally go through this much. Like, I don't normally do as much impasto like this. So, yeah. All right, I think that's enough for the sky at the moment. Might need some more work later. Almost for sure will, but time to move on to some other part in a second. All right. It says I'm going out to the dome tomorrow again and returning on Thursday. Ah, well, have a great time. I hope you can, I hope the painting goes better. I know you had a hard time with that last time, so because of the lighting. So I hope that. It's going to be too hot to paint, or just too hot in general. You won't be painting, you'll be taking your tablet and digitally planning out some paintings, but you won't paint. The lighting's too limited. That makes sense. Well, I hope you have a good time. I don't know. It sounds like it could be a lot of fun or miserable depending on how you take it. Not sure. I'm not much for camping, but it doesn't seem like it's like roughing it too much. So, So it's supposed to be in the 90s with the humidity, expecting it to feel like 110. That does not sound fun. I take it there's no AC. Not camping, roughing it at all. King size bed, hot tub, showers, microwave, fridge. Yeah. Oh, there is an AC and a heater. Nice. Sounds like it's going to be a blast then. My sister's partner installed those for the living, so they had to have them. Oh, he installs them for a living. I see. That's so gross. It's already setting. God. Oh my God. I don't know why anyone. Well, okay, I take that back. I understand why anyone would use it. I'm using it. I don't understand why anyone would use this under normal circumstances. Uh, yeah. I do not like this marks that's making for this. When I'm done with this painting, I'm gonna have to cleanse the palette of all this stupid galkyd crap. I'm trying to get the impression of the water, like the choppiness of the water without having to actually go in and paint every part of it because I don't want to. No part of me wants to paint that. Hey, French fry. Welcome. How's it going? Can't stay long today. No worries, but thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. It's going well. I had my group show that I was a part of yesterday. I went to that, to the opening. That was cool. And right now I'm just trying to finish this in time so that it has enough time to dry. Hence the galkyd today, which I am not a fan of. Very much not a fan of. So that part kind of sucks, but it's my very minor complaint. How are you doing today? I did have fun. It was a lot of fun. Got to meet a lot of cool local artists that I wasn't familiar with. Um, yeah, it's a lot of fun. Some friends of mine, painters, came out to support me, which was really cool. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. So when it comes to water, not too worried about like getting a bunch of random colors here and there. Uh, Mostly because specular like reflections and highlights and stuff like that. So, you get all this random stuff on water. So a little bit of that added in, I don't mind so much. I've gotten a little bit overboard, but that's okay. I can always pull it back. First of all, most of the thick stuff will be wet for, longer. And then you can always scrape off really thick stuff if need be. Anything that isn't thick can be covered up. I think the reflection stuff is starting to come together pretty well. Need some more yellow. Uh, you're fine, Des. You don't have to apologize for being quiet. It's a Sunday stream. Sometimes Sunday streams are the busiest, and sometimes people are real quiet, because they got stuff to do. It's all good. Lost a little bit of the waves here. I need to fix that. I had standing for hours yesterday, and now standing for hours today. My back. Not happy with me. Des says I hurt mine the other day mowing the lawn. I'm not in good enough shape to do that. But how to get in good shape without doing it? My sister helped, and then I finish it. But later, later your back hurts so bad. Yeah, I mean, uh, my recommendation, which is easy to say, hard to do, is physical therapy. Um, I've been through physical therapy. It really helped. I wish I could go back to physical therapy, but I'm not going to be able to. Um, yeah, physical therapy I th is really good. Like I said, easy to say, hard to do. I know. I'm not oblivious to that fact. But yeah, it's very, very helpful. Or it can be. It's not always, of course. Nothing's always, but yeah. Especially things like there are parts of the body that are so hard to improve because any move, like when you're in certain injuries, like as soon as you start using it, you injure yourself all over again. How do you get past that, right? And I get it. I was in 2015, I was in a car accident. Drunk driver ran into me. So I totally understand. Um, you know. And the thing too is like certain things when you get injured, it's, certain things end up being harder than others. And it's kind of weird sometimes. Like, you know, fixing my camera that's above my head, if I have to hold my hands up above my head, hurts my back. It's kind of weird. It's like not that really strenuous, but yeah. Michelle says back pain is tough to deal with because it affects every single thing you do. Yeah, your back controls so much. Absolutely. Although, you know what the funny thing is? I've heard that about a lot of things, right? Like, I've heard that about the back, of course, but I've also heard that about like if you have butt problems, it affects everything. I've heard that about stomach issues too. So I feel like a lot of things just affect everything. Cody, welcome. Well, you finished your five paintings, learned a lot off the barbecue. May the galkyd not curse you and have a great Sunday. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. See you later. 20 strokes was a sweet spot, by the way. Yeah, I could see that. And obviously it depends what you're painting, but you said an apple, so yeah, I could get that. I could see that. Very cool. I hope you post it online. I'll check it out. Oh, you could totally do it, Des. It's just an exercise, you know. You start off with 30, then you go down. If 30 is not enough, start off with 40, make your way down. I'm not saying you'd come out with a good painting. I'm just saying you'd learn something from it and you could do it. I don't know that I would do a good painting from it. Michelle says, I can tell you're really focusing. You're super quiet and intense. Yeah. Yeah, this is very much like I'm very out of my element and I'm really trying to finish it too. A combination of those two things. But that doesn't mean I'm not up for talking. It's just without someone else initiating it, it's much harder for me today. Need to de-stress from painting? Ah, okay. Well, enjoy your barbecue and enjoy the rest of your weekend and I guess it's also Father's Day today in America. Des says, I saw a guy doing one of these demonstrations of minimal strokes of a portrait, and it really turned out well. Maybe I should try it too. I can practice with my tablet. Yeah, you can, absolutely. Oh, I saw this funny post. I can't remember where it was. I think a friend of mine sent it to me, and it goes, "Have you ever thought that the song 'It's Raining Men' and 'Let the Bodies Hit the Floor'? are the same event just sung by two different people from two different perspectives. Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. There it is. Okay, no problem, Tess. Yeah, it is absolutely insane how fast this is setting. Oh my god, I'm so not used to this. Yeah, anyone who says that oil paints dry slow and hasn't tried using a fast drying medium, or has and still says they dry slow, must want it to dry instantaneously. have a cat friend. Dresden! Oh, baby boy! Oh, yeah, you just woke up. Oh. Thank you, little boy. Oh, he's all sleepy. Does your ear itch? Here, I'll get it. Okay, you get it. Apparently I don't itch it well because he's still like wants to kick himself in the head. Okay. All right, little boy. Here you go. You can have my chair. All right, I can't even put those gloves on if I wanted to right now. Let's see something real quick. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it's been like 3 hours live. Okay. Trying to see what else needs to be done. That building obviously still needs some work. The railing for the bridge, but that's like last thing. There's like a couple more light posts as well, also last thing. I think, there's some finishing touches on the bridge that definitely need to be added here and there, but it's really small, so I don't know how much detail I'm going to get into on everything. Like my tendency is to want to go in and put in all the detail, but I have to remember that it's very, very, very small. What, you want more attention, little boy? Okay, I'll give you more attention. What? No, you don't want more attention? What is it you want, little boy? Do you know what you want? Do you know what you want, little boy? I know what you want. You want your tail. Yeah, you want your tail. You want your tail. Ow, your nails are so sharp. Are you gonna bite me? I get his belly whenever I want. Yeah. I wish you all could hear him purring. Okay. Okay, Tristan. Okay. He's so adorable. He is so adorable. All right. 4:30. I think I might end stream a little early today. Take a little bit of a break and then get back to this because I still have to finish it. And yeah, I feel like I need a bit of a break. So I am going to do that. It's been a bit of a slow Sunday. I know it's Father's Day today, so it is what it is. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it a day for the stream and take a bit of a break and then get back to painting. I hope everybody has a great Father's Day, a great weekend. I will be back on Tuesday. Hopefully, Tuesday, I will be painting on my brand new ABS board, trying it out. Can come watch me love it or hate it. We'll find out. Um, but yeah, I think I'm going to call it a day today. Hope everyone has a great weekend. And while I wait for people to say goodbye, in case I give people, I like to give people a minute in case they want to say goodbye. And I know there's a delay. We'll have more Dresden! Yay! More Dresden! We can't get enough of you, little boy. Yeah, I can never get enough of you. Oh, I love you. Have a good one, Des. Oh, and I should mention, I do have a workshop. I know Des knows this, but like for anyone who doesn't or doesn't remember, there's the last week to sign up for it. It starts next Saturday. So last week to sign up for the 4-week workshop. And yeah. All right. Have a good one. Say bye, Des. Say bye. All right, Des. No worries. I know you were